I love you all very much. Take all that. And moving forward. So check it. 4 things. Spirit is the non-physical part of everybody, which is the seat of spirit. Once again, is the non-physical part of everybody, which is the seat of. The seat of what? The other 3 things, all in one. I like to use my fingers to make demonstrations or counts till I get everything else I need to make it more fancy. All the doodads and doohickeys and whatnot that I need. I'm just you keep using my fingers from now on. So 4 things, once again. Spirit is the non-physical part of everybody, which is the seat of 3 things: emotions, character, and soul. Or emotions, character, the soul, all in one. So technically it's just 3 things, because the spirit and the soul are the same thing. All one, all hooked up. Why do I want to remind you of this real quick? I want you to memorize this, if you can. I am only going to post things that'll be necessary for you to hear, only. It's the only reason why I want my voice or face on this internet for any reason at all, is to give the necessary words to the family body for them to rise up and remove themselves from this oppressive state. So 4 things real quick before I move on. Once again, spirit is the non-physical part of everybody, which is the seat of. What is spirit, the non-physical part? Or how is spirit the non-physical seat? What is spirit the non-physical seat of? Emotions, character, and the soul. What is emotions? What is an emotion? An emotion is a natural, instinctive state of mind in which reasoning and your abilities to experience stem from. Emotion is a natural, instinctive state of mind, right there, in which your abilities to reason and your abilities to experience stem from. What is character? Character is the mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual. So meaning the mental qualities distinctive to an individual, the moral qualities distinctive to an individual. Me personally, when it comes to anything talking about the mental space, the word morals alone, I'm all right with that. But for the sole purpose of this video, and due to how it's a natural instinctive state of mind in which morals and your mentality, the abilities for you to tap into your morals or your moral perception, and your abilities to have a moral standing, and or your abilities to have a proper moral lock-in in regards to how you perceive in your reality, if that makes sense. Character, once again. Character. Did you notice there's a ra in virtually every word involving morals or character and things of that nature? Did you notice there's a ra in a lot of things? Did you notice there's a ra in the word parable? Parable. Parable or parable. Papara. Moving forward. And then what is the soul now? The soul is the spiritual, once again, spiritual or immaterial part of a person or animal regarded as immortal. So that means that non-physical part of you, which is the seat of emotions and character, is immortal. Take all that too. Let it sink in. Witness how powerful you truly are. Learn how powerful you truly are. I do have receipts. I can prove this to you in many ways. Moving forward, though, there's a few more things I want to talk about in this video. Just those first 4 things. The next thing I want to talk about is my 7 belief system pillar hierarchy, the one that I made up. The 7 belief system pillar hierarchy that I made up. I want to give another explanation as to why I am rearranging the 3rd and 4th belief system slots. Why am I rearranging them? Because I want to put more. Honestly, I had this plan from the get-go because I wanted to put on the show of how we all must rip every foul sense of nature out of our heart spaces. You follow what I'm saying? That's another reason why I had it set up this way first. Because once we got to a certain point where we're kind of like, you know what, the belief system hierarchy sounds like something we might want to roll with. You see, the concept of rearranging 3 and 4 to where there was originally going to be before I even started all of this. Because 4, that 3rd belief system, which is the nerd and geek culture, what it originally was before I'm getting ready to rearrange it to the 4th slot. Meaning the 4th belief system is now going to be the nerd and geek culture, and the 3rd belief system is going to be foul sexuality. That belief system is going to be my foundation personally, where I'm going to reside the most at, and where I'm going to be giving as much power to the family body in their pursuit of soul liberation as possible. You see. So, here is the new belief system hierarchy setup. Belief system pillar 1, racism, but in real life, it's race hatred. Belief system pillar 2, feminism, but in real life, it's man hate. Belief system pillar 3, homosexuality, but in real life, it's foul sexuality. Belief system pillar 4, the nerd or geek culture, nerd translation, neglected earth realm dreamers, or geeks translation, gamers evading everyday knowledge, indoor gentlemen evading everyday knowledge. This belief system pillar categorizes the rich, middle class, and all of ye who have been poverty-stricken due to colonization and its terrors upon humanity worldwide. Then the 5th belief system. But before I go on, the 4th belief system is also the I, Father, God, Body, Unity parables, feet and legs. My abilities to get on the ground and run. Then the 5th belief system, the gangsters. Just in this country alone, there are 33,000 gangs that need to be united by any moral means necessary. I'm going to use Christ logic to unite them all. This can work. I sense it being able to work. No one else is taking a shot like this, so just even one person, maybe, just give it a whirl. Maybe just one person given it a whirl can inspire billions over time. Maybe. Who knows? Every gang makes no difference. At the end of the day, you're all going to go against this 9th belief system. All the gangs, especially the melanated gangs, y'all need to come together fast, because y'all also need to realize too, this military ain't for us either. That military force ain't for us either. That comes from belief system pillar 9, but I'll get to that in a moment. Let me finish the hierarchy for you. Belief system pillar 5, the gangsters. Every gang in this continent, every gang in the South American continent, like Brazil, every gang in, or just every melanated gang on this planet. I'm going to see you all united as one gang, and I'm going to call you Africa's greatest defenders. You are the 6 hands and arm strength within the I, Father, God, Body's unity parable. That's how I see you. Just a parable. What is a parable? A parable is a short story used to illustrate a moral or spiritual lesson. What kind of moral or spiritual lesson am I kicking at y'all right now? How to manifest God's kingdom worldwide, effortlessly, period. Moving forward, no. The 6th belief system, the tribes. I'm getting ready to do this video soon. More information in regards to the tribes and how I'm just going to make a video or a short in regards to a strategy or an idea that I want to put into the mind, heart spaces of the family in regards to how we can unite the 3,000 melanated tribes on this planet within the 5,000 tribes in total on this planet. Why do I keep targeting the melanated people first? Because the melanated people are the first ones that need to reach their best state so that the entire world can be fixed. That makes sense to you? In other words, no one becomes free until all the melanated people become free. All of them. I'm going to unite every tribe on this planet into one tribe known as the Soul Tribe. How? By using techniques such as the 3-in-1 language. The 3-in-1 language has 3 aspects in one language. Just making things up as I go. But I know it's going to be effective in a way because of the past tense, present tense, and future tense. All of those hidden messages and those hidden techniques within them to reawaken the people faster, get them to accept who they are, and encourage them all to reject all the evil and keep the evil out of their spaces forever. I'm going to unite every tribe on this planet into one tribe known as the Soul Tribe. 3-in-1 language. That's another way I'm going to do it. Also, by wrestling, or at least put the idea out here as to how people who wouldn't require 6 months unbothered with a proper foundation to train and study strong and welly enough to at least go out there and compete. Because let's not forget, I do not like talking about my personals, but still, let's just say situations occurred in my life where deprivation was at a severe maximum, preventing me from reaching my absolute, honest to God, strongest best before I can really start stepping towards bettering my future. Let's just say that. Then the 7th belief system now. The religions. Every melanated religion on this planet. I see you as the eye, Father God, bodies, neck and head within this unity parable. The tribes I see as the torso. The gangs I see as the arms. And the nerds and geeks I see as the feet and legs. The foundation. But that is now the current spiritual infrastructures belief system hierarchy setup, meaning the belief systems that need to be dismantled by any moral means necessary. So if it gets physical, meaning, why do I say by any moral means necessary? Because if you take someone's life in self-defense, it is still an act of moral justification and or moral goodness. Why? Because you are stopping something completely from taking life. That is moral justification. Moving forward. Another thing I want to share now. So right now, currently, I rest in what you could label and describe as a 9-dimensional thinking mind. That's where I rest. I rest in a 9-dimensional thinking mind. That's where I rest. You follow me? What I use to communicate with you all is a 5-dimensional thinking mind. And why do I use a 5-dimensional thinking mind? Meaning I step down. What's an example of a 9-dimensional thinking mind before I go forward? This quote right here. The true God has no names at all. It is just a power. That's an example of a 9-dimensional thought space. Or not necessarily space because it's not physical. I'm gonna get into that in a moment. An example of a 5-dimensional thinking mind. What's an example of this one? How I just label and describe to you those 4 in the beginning of the video. Spirit is the non-physical part, which is the seat. The non-physical seat within you of emotions, character, the soul. That's an example of a 5-dimensional thinking mind there. It's all hooked up. Don't ever forget that, though. It's all hooked up. But see, the thing is, I'm tapping into this 5-dimensional mind, thinking mind, because you all are in a 3-dimensional thinking mind space, you see. The reason why I say space at the end of that is because it represents the physical. You can say space for all of them. You can, because in reality, like I said, it's all hooked up and connected. But to let you know that you are speaking of the physical, whenever you speak of the dimension, the thought dimensions, the thinking dimensions, or dimensions of thinking, say space for when you're regarding to your physical realm of thinking, and just leave the space out completely when you're talking about your non-physical realm of thinking, if that makes sense to you. You can say space for all of them if you want to. Like, you can say 9-dimensional space, you can say 3-dimensional space, you can, but in order to make it make more sense in regards to whether it being a physical space of thinking or a non-physical, leave the space out and just say 9-dimensional. Now, you're all in a 3-dimensional thinking space right now. So I'm going to use a 5-dimensional thinking mind to get you all into a 7-dimensional thinking mind. What is a 7-dimensional thinking mind? And or the 7 dimensions of thought power? What are those? They are the qualities, abilities, and achievements of the chakras, or the energy centers within us. Energy centers within us. You can call them energy centers. You don't necessarily have to call them chakras, because what they are in actuality are energy vortices, cosmic size energy vortices. We only got one of each chakra, and they're cosmic size energy vortices. We're all just hooked up to them, all of them, and we can all access to them effortlessly if we just get some awareness of what they are and how they are and why they even are, why we have them, things of that nature. Moving forward, so I'm going to use a 5-dimensional thinking mind to get you all out of your 3-dimensional thinking spaces into a 7-dimensional thinking mind habitually. Another thing about it, not only is it just the qualities, abilities, and achievements of the chakras or energy centers and or energy vortices, it is also the first step towards soul fusion, or the acceptance of self, the acceptance of your God self, you see. Meaning you actually have a finite, strong belief that you are this powerful. Now, I use the 5 versus the 9 all day long because most of the thoughts I have from my natural 9-dimensional space, and the reason why it's a 9-dimensional space and not an actual 10 like it should be, is because, you guessed it, I don't have full power. Long story short, I'm gonna need a woman to be at full power in order to rest in a 10-dimensional space, or a 10-dimensional thinking space, or not space, but, well, yeah, in a sense, because she will be the full power that grants me my access to this dimensional thinking power, which is a 10-dimensional thinking power, or 10-dimensional thinking mind, or 10-dimensional thinking morals, whatever you would like to call it. It's all the same thing. But right now, I rest in a 9-dimensional thinking mind, with her to be a 10. I'm going to use a 5. So meaning I'm going to be having random, really cringe jokes. You know, the jokes are going to be kind of cringe sometimes. I'm going to be kind of mellow, kind of, you know, just using what I got to present the lucidity of this information to you the best way I can. The best way I can. Moving forward now. So, a 5-dimensional thinking mind, right quick. I'm going to use this now on the false leadership situation, meaning the politics and the government and everything of belief system pillar 9. That I'm trying to get you all to come back to belief system pillar 8 so we can subjugate belief system pillar 9. Come back to belief system pillar 8, everybody on this planet, so we can all work together to stop and or subjugate belief system pillar 9. Here. Barak Obama You have insulted every melanated man in this country. I think you know you have. Yeah, I can sense these words being something. Doesn't matter. Because it's like trying to get us to vote for this woman is trying to lead us off of a cliff. If you recognize keenly one's character, you'd recognize Kamala Harris is trying to lead us all into a global gender war. Kamala Harris is trying to lead us all into a global gender war. Barack Obama. I'm sure you don't care truly though, because for one, Michael, your boyfriend, Barack Obama, that practice, that behavior you do, at its root and at its core, is evil. So yeah, I'm sure you don't care. Man, Barack, you insulted every man in this country with that video. So man to man, no, I'm not voting for any one of you presidents at all. Just me personally. And I'm for sure not about to vote for someone in which is obviously a walking desire to see millions of men lose their lives all at once, right in front of us. That's what Kamala Harris is. Kamala Harris is literally someone that desires to see millions of men gone right in front of you. And you are telling us to go vote for her. You are telling us to go side with her. Do you not see an extreme feminist, broad daylight as she is? That is an extreme feminist right there. Barack, you don't care about life anyways. Not like I praise you do. You don't care. Neither you or Clinton. That entire, all of you, you're just no good for anything human at all. You're just not. I know the truth about Michelle Obama. Call it conspiracy or whatever you want. It's just logic. I don't believe in conspiracy theories. I don't believe in conspiracy theories at all. At all. I go off logic and straight facts. Period. That shows me what reality is. When you see prints in that woman's pants, or that man's pants of yours. Barack, you practice foul sexuality. No wonder why you are trying to tell us to go vote for someone that wants us to die. Man to man, though. You insulted every man in this country with what you did, Barack. Every man in this country you insulted. I know you don't care, though. I mean, just by looking at your sexual orientation alone and what it really is, yeah, you really don't care about human life. You just bury it. Act like you do, just like all the rest of them. Those children of yours are adopted. Those are not Big Mike's children at all. Everything you see out here is a lie. It all is. Especially you, Barack Obama. You're trying to send us to a death pit. A never-ending fight with the most precious portions of our bodies, our women. You don't have a woman in your life, though, Barak. You got a man, so you wouldn't know what it's like to truly appreciate our sisters. As a matter of fact, Barack Obama, you're a misogynist. You masquerade that thing around as if it's a woman. You convinced the entire public of America to believe it was for 8 years. And now you're trying to convince the entire American public. Get in a gender war for this president named Kamala Harris. Because that's what she wants us all into. A global gender war. Now, I will say this, though. A gender war, especially with knowledge as to how to actually beat our sisters in this gender war. Nothing violent is going to take place. Nothing physical is going to take place. It's just going to be words. All words. That could lead to global unity fast, especially if it's a global gender war. That means globally will be no violence taking place at all. Just us having a mildly difficult time trying to communicate with our women because of how much people like you masquerade Michael around as to be a man or as a woman. Oh, Michelle Obama, right? Yeah. Sometimes I intentionally mess up y'all names because it's just not all the time, though. Yeah. You just want our lives destroyed. Barak, you shouldn't have said that, man. You shouldn't have made that video. You shouldn't have scolded us like that. That was wrong, bro. That was wrong on every ground possible. You know what she is trying to lead us into. You're working in the same camp. But then again, yeah, that's the thing. You're working in the same camp. So yeah, you all want us to face the same fate. Suffering until we end. You're a bigot, Barak. Misogynist, man. You hate women. That's why you ain't got one. Michelle Obama's not a woman. Big Mike is a man. Do your research. I'll be the first to say it out loud, especially since Barack Obama wants me to end. What did I do to you, Barack? I didn't do nothing to deserve what you said in that video, dog. I didn't do nothing to you at all. Nothing. And you want me to walk to my doom. That's what you want me to do. That's what you want every black man, as you said numerous times, to do. As you all want every black man to do. This world is only out to attack us. You need to come to your senses, man. I've lost all my respect for you, Barack. All of it. Maybe you can do something to get it back. Don't forget, these are just words. Ain't like I'm threatening you or something. I'm just telling you what I think. I don't do feelings. You say I do because you have all your depictions, but these aren't feelings. These are just facts, period. That was wrong. You know it was. Fix it. Fix everything that you have broken right now. Fix everything that the enemy behind the scenes pushed you to breaking. Should I say pushed you into breaking? All those innocent lives that were lost during your presidency. Just so they can put your face on it to say you, as a black man, was responsible for it all. The worst president ever. All of those articles about you, all of those hate speeches, all of that hatred that they have for mine own kind, bruh. The God skin that I'm in, just like you are. I see your visible soul skin. I see it. It's right there. Same hue as mine's almost. All that hate that they put on you. All that hatred. And then you come and you speak to us with the same materials they use to speak to us. Y'all don't want to do better. Y'all don't care. None of you do. Especially not Barack Obama for that message. For that speech. Y'all don't want to do better. You don't. You don't care enough. So maybe you won't care if someone just puts the idea of how to do better out here. Do better. Stop trying to lead us to our demise. Shalom, shalom, shalom. I don't do victim mentalities. I'm just aware of what struck me, aware of what strickens we, and aware of what will not stop striking us at all. I don't desire to be your king or your leader. I only desire to do or say things that will defend and protect you. It's not about a competition with me. It's only about the awareness and knowledge of what needs to be stopped. You strikers. Therefore, love your neighbors, you love yourself. Matthew 22:39. Defend your neighbors, as you would defend yourself, at least those who are worthy. Be lifted in the spirit, no longer ignorant or lowered in the spirit, and walk good forever. Peace, love, unity, and advancement to you all, my family.